Tesla workers shared sensitive images recorded by customer cars. Oh, privacy. What about my... You don't need to touch anything, Will. Don't you dare touch my camera. I like to move around my camera.
All right.
Don't even think about it.
Look at you.
Special report, Tesla workers shared sensitive images recorded by customer cars. Well, they said, oh, we don't share this, we don't share that, we don't do this, we don't do that. And then everyone worried about it. They came with the privacy video and everybody, they say these things to us, but we always wonder about it. We're like, well, where are things stored? How long are they stored for? Who actually sees them? Who can monitor them? Can they attach it to a specific car? Is everything anonymous? And so on, so on, so on. It goes on and on and on, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. April 6th, here we go. Tesla Inc. assures millions of electric car owners that their privacy is and will always be enormously important to us. The cameras it builds into vehicles to assist driving, it notes on its website, are designed from the ground up to protect your privacy. But between 2019 and 2022, groups of Tesla employees privately shared via an internal messaging system sometimes highly invasive videos and images recorded by customers' car cameras, according to interviews by Reuters with 9 former employees. So Reuters just went for it. They went in there.
Yeah.
Like, tell us what's really real. And they were like, oh yeah, we got lots of images. Look at this. Check this out. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, Lou. He's snoozing over there. Like, least exciting footage to share is the inside of my Tesla. I promise you that. But no, I mean,
inside and outside.
Outside might be more interesting. I don't know. Maybe you catch a deer or something.
Yeah.
I saw a few deer the other day, man. It's just beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, just
like on the road or something?
Yeah, just crossing the road, and it was a really interesting scenario. It was early in the morning. I had to be somewhere, I don't know, around 8 a.m. or something, so it was probably about 7 a.m. And
in your Tesla? Did you record it?
I don't know which car, but anyway, there's a guy coming. There's not a lot of people on the road, and there's a guy coming towards me. It's kind of like a country road. Guy's coming towards me, and he starts flashing his lights like crazy. And I'm like, what the hell? Sometimes, people do that if there's a cop ahead or something. Mm-hmm. Not that I was speeding.
Kind of like a courtesy thing.
There's like a warning. Exactly. Yeah. So I assume, okay, there's a cop, but it's so early in the morning, there's no one out here. And I'm like, it seems weird. So I go a little bit further ahead, and I kind of look over to my right, and I see a deer sort of poking its head out to cross the road, but apprehensive about doing so. And so this dude must have spotted those deer and then warned me in case they were going to jump when I was going to go, which was pretty damn courteous.
Yeah.
I would never, I don't think I would have thought, first of all, I don't know if I would have caught the deer where it happened to be. Anyway, it was so dead that I'm like, all right, let me slow down, take a peek over here, which I did. And sure enough, the deer comes out to cross, and like 4 other ones at the same time.
Whoa!
They all come out, full grown looking deals.
Family. And
they cross. They don't scamper across. They kind of slowly. They're like, oh, thank you. They're so accustomed to interaction with human around here, and obviously they're not really getting killed or anything, other than by vehicles probably. And so there you have it. But every time they go in with some new subdivision or something, it kicks a couple of deer go looking for somewhere else or whatever it is. So, anyway, if I was in my Tesla, it probably would have been captured. I would guess.
Probably captured. You would have to hit
the button.
Recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have to hit stop recording. Otherwise, I would have overrode it.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. See, there should be like a deer. Elon should put a deer mode in. Like, save all recordings of wildlife. Right. I want a wildlife button in my... Yeah,
just detect the animals.
Auto detect. Via AI, and then all animals that encounter the Tesla, I'll have like a...
And then create a collage video.
I'll have a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I have a channel. It's called Tesla Animals.
With fun music.
Yeah. It's called...
Auto-generated.
Nature Tesla, or whatever.
But
okay, in this case, that's not exactly what it was, I guess. And
this is a pretty comprehensive article.
Of course.
And some scenarios include, a a video of like a naked guy running across a Tesla, or even a child getting hit by a Tesla.
Yeah. Well, that one is more understandable because you would say, hey, this can be useful for like, I don't know, our training or like, oh, look at the circumstances with which this child was hit. Obviously, they're all constantly talking how safe their stuff is and why it's so safe. You could understand why that data would be important. Guy running naked sounds more like a joke, like everybody's haha internal emails, LOL.
Yeah. It was a lot of private chats that were sharing these videos.
Yeah.
And they became memes within Tesla.
Do you ever pet this dog or what? Because this guy
He's needy.
Yeah, this guy is just like, please, man. He's just pawing. He's like, please.
Yeah, he wants attention.
I'm here. Yeah. Okay, keep going down. Some of the recordings caught Tesla customers in embarrassing situations. One ex-employee described a video of a man approaching a vehicle completely naked. Crashes and road rage incidents. One crash in 2021 showed a Tesla driving at a high speed in a residential area, hitting a child riding a bike. According to another ex-employee, the child flew in one direction, the bike in another. The video spread around Tesla office in San Mateo, California via private one-on-one chats like wildfire, the ex-employee said. Their own social media internal video groups. Like, yeah, you can easily see how something like this would happen and how it would be wrong. Tesla states in its online customer privacy notice that its camera recordings remain anonymous and are not linked to your vehicle. But 7 former employees told Reuters the computer program they used at work could show the location of the recordings, which potentially could reveal where a Tesla owner lived. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be a lot of, what do they say? The vast majority of accidents happen within 5-kilometer radius of your house, something like that?
Yeah, when you're close to home.
Because you're just there so frequently in that range. One ex-employee said some recordings appeared to have been made when cars were parked and turned off. Several years ago, Tesla would receive video recordings from his vehicles even when they were off if owners gave consent. It has since stopped doing so. We could see inside people's garages and their private properties. Said another former employee, let's say that a Tesla customer had something in their garage that was distinctive. You know, people would post these kinds of things. About 3 years ago, some employees stumbled upon a shared video of a unique submersible vehicle parked inside a garage. According to 2 people who viewed it, nicknamed Wet Nelly, the White Lotus Esprit sub had been featured in the 1977 James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. It's almost like searching through Google Street View, and you're like, whoa, what the hell is that? Yeah. It's like these are kind of like Street View cars. They're constantly capturing, and if you have access to it, you're going to find unique, unusual things. But you're not really, I don't think most...
It's like, hey, that's the Wet Nelly.
I don't think most people's expectation is that their car, that people are accessing their car in that way.
Yeah. But in this case, this specific car was and is owned by Elon. So there might be a chance where Tesla spied on Elon at the time. Just by chance. You know? What are you looking at?
I was just looking at the chat over there. I was just seeing if they had anything to add to it. Like, listen, that's bizarre in and of itself. It says here it's not clear whether Musk was aware the video had been shared. Access, it's privileges, it's responsibility, it's data management and policies, and then the ability to actually follow those policies. And also what it is it's a story about the success of Tesla and what I would call kind of the Apple effect, where the amount of scrutiny that's going to be placed on a market leader is so much bigger. And the depths to which people will go from an investigative standpoint is also so much bigger. And the reason being is because there's so much public interest and so much public impact. And so here you have all these employees, and this kind of, like I said, investigative thing probably took place over a period of time to gather all this information. And I think this is going to happen increasingly for Tesla and for Elon, especially now that you have Elon being such a polarizing figure himself.
Sure.
I don't know. Whenever I'm looking at a camera recording or almost any data transmitted online, I am always skeptical about all these privacy claims every time. And even in places where these companies are advertising how serious and secure things are, like they've all had examples of this, or at least many of the large players have had examples of this, where everything is safe. Whoops. Everything is safe. Whoops. And then obviously the public confidence goes down, and I don't know to what extent people opt out of these types of services.
Yeah. You would hope that, Tesla and not any other company would use the data that you provide to be helpful for their future product, right? But it gets weird when, people internally use it for something as a meme or something even more malicious. Because you would want, your data to be training the future of...
Which it is.
The next generation
Which is the
vehicles.
reason, this is the reason you're opting in. It's the reason for the permissions. It's the reason why when I go with the FSD beta and click on that crazy set of terms.
Yeah, they're using your data.
You're like, well, you understand. But even you had this privacy issue even with the OpenAI stuff and the chatbots, where countries like Italy came along or Samsung had the report of, like, people don't realize they're actively training a system which is intelligent and therefore can the confidentiality is unknown. And in this case, it's once you start to pick apart the language and you realize, oh, your information will never be tied to a particular vehicle. And you're like, okay, that's good. That makes me feel safe. But then it's like, wait a sec, what if it's your likeness? What if it's actually you? And all of a sudden this starts making the rounds. Whoa, look who it is. It's Tom Cruise walking to his Tesla naked or whatever. You don't necessarily need to tie it to a particular vehicle in order to know who it is or what it was. Like, say, for example, you have an incident where something happens, something gets hit, or there's a robbery or whatever. You can very easily connect these things if you have access to this footage where you are witnessing the event transpire, and then you know the rough location, and then you look into it. You can uncover a lot from that. But what this basically highlights, and it's very similar in all areas of AI, is that there's a big contingent of human beings involved in this training process. And as much as we for some reason, we prefer this automated scenario in which robots are analyzing our data, the truth is there's humans in there still putting things in buckets and helping this AI along. And those humans are fallible, and they have a sense of humor, and they follow confidentiality to different degrees, and that's how you end up over here. But you're right. This is extremely comprehensive. We could see them doing the laundry, really intimate things with their kids. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's weird, but I'm not surprised either. I don't know. I have to tell you about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you surprised?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I think that with Tesla, they would need to train using our data. I think that's a lot of software companies as well. It's no surprise. But the whole anonymity thing is, I don't know, it's a bit weird because, like, the cameras are filming on the street when people just walk by. It just automatically films, like Sentry mode.
Mm-hmm.
Those people don't want to be filmed, and yet they are because they just walk by a vehicle, and they would never know, right? And then someone like the driver could just like use that, maliciously, somehow.
And for those that aren't aware, the Tesla's also recording inside the cabin.
They are, yeah.
And there's a lot going on in the cabin. I mean, there could be a lot going on in the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Will? I mean, I'm just saying to you. I mean,
yeah.
On top of, like, then they used to have a little fireplace that comes on with, like, Barry White playing. Are they trying to insinuate something? I'm just saying. Saying stuff can happen inside the cabin.
Barry White.
Don't you remember that? Or was it Marvin Gaye? I don't remember what song it was playing, but it's like inside the toy box there where you have. You
I
never
thought it was just
saw that?
like just a fireplace mode. I didn't know that they played sexy music.
No, I think it was actually. I think the mode there is a fireplace. I think there's another mode which is actually like set the mood type of mode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think so. This clip you just watched is sponsored by LaterCase. If you have been looking for an impossibly thin case to put on your brand new smartphone, you need to check out LaterCase, available for both Android and iPhone. Check the description of this clip in order to get a special offer.